Hello, welcome to today's video. We are now on page 129 of the Musicianship, Book 1. And on 129 here we have 4 and 5, Polish melody first at the top. Let's go ahead and listen to what this one sounds like. 1, 2. Okay, so as you can see, it's a repetitive type of melody and rhythm. This one is going to be repeating kind of twice, but in the second system it does change a little bit, and it's kind of brought back at the end. So let's go ahead and talk about the right hand first. We have here our G position to begin with, but then finger cross 3 over to go into D position, back to G, finger cross over to D. So it's kind of like a D major scale when playing. Okay, the left hand simply just playing fifths as half notes. Let's go ahead and count as we play. 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2. Very important that we try our best to keep the left hand a little bit softer than the right hand there. Okay. When moving on to the next system here, the first two measures of we have measures 5 and 6 are parallel. 1 and 2 and 1 E and 2. There is a crescendo also there, so make sure that you crescendo from mezzo forte back to the forte. And then for the last one there, it's a repetition of the measure number 3, but then there's a change here. Left hand plays some staccato eighth notes, A, G, third, and the right hand, it does have those staccatos within the legato. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it as legato. A nice little contrast there. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice Polish melody, please. Here we go. And next we have Alouette on page 129, number 5. French-Canadian, very familiar tune if you have ever learned this as a kid. So notice that we are not playing parallel motion here. We are playing starting at a 6th interval. So let's go ahead and talk about the familiar rhythm of dotted quarter eighth. 1, 2, and 3, 4. That's the first measure. Then we have the dotted eighth 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice there is a line going from G down to D, which means that is part of the melody, making sure that one sounds louder than the left hand, whereas the right hand will be much louder than the left, okay? So going back to, once again, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because of the tempo, it's going to be fast. It says here moderately fast. The 1 E and 2 E and those dotted 8th, 16th notes are going to be much faster sounding. And so I would encourage you to get familiar, very comfortable with how it is supposed to sound so that when we bring it to a faster tempo, we can play it like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, just like that. For the next measures there, we have 6 and 7, pretty much all dotted 8th quarters with dotted 8th 16ths with a quarter at the end. And then switching responsibilities from right to left, da capo al fine at the end there. Let's go ahead and listen to what this one sounds like. Okay, here we go. Playing non-legato. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Back to the beginning. Okay, so there was a little bit of a gotcha moment there on measure number 6. And so that way that was 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch cross it over to 2 for that G. So be prepared for that cross. If you want to put a little something to remind you about the cross, go ahead and do that. And then, of course, we have the D, 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 D. Just repeating, kind of like an echo. Alrighty, and when putting both hands together, make sure that you are comfortable with each hand individually, also maintaining a very clean non-legato. Now you may have noticed that as I was playing the top system, I was striving to play the right hand a little bit louder. And because that is the melody, we want that to be prominent. Okay, so that is the melody. The harmony is supportive, but should not be as loud as the right hand. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice this every day, and we will see you at next lesson.